Hey guys, I'm RozaldVane, and welcome back to another part of Paradise Killer. Where we last left off was I think we talked to Lydia, in the last episode, right? I can't remember exactly, but I know we talked to someone in the last episode. No, we talked to Akiko, actually. No, we talked to Akiko, talked to Henry again. Got nothing, almost, in a sense, information-wise, and, yeah, we're gonna get into this episode where we're gonna talk to One Last Kiss this time, instead. So, yeah. I did want to go deep into it and just talk to One Last Kiss because I think she's kind of one of the characters we didn't really fully get to investigate on. So I was just like holding it off until now, I guess, for some reason, just to get through it. Excuse me. But, yeah, just like I want to just talk to One Last Kiss and see what she has to say. I don't think there's a lot of like item-based like things to go and look for now. Like there's not a lot of it left, unfortunately. There's just very few left. Yeah, there's not a lot of it. It's just a lot of character talking at this point, which is a little bit disappointing because I have no other thing left to really go on. Like as soon as you kind of lose out on all the collectible stuff, you kind of don't have much left to go on. That's already been hacked. I believe that's already been hacked too, because the screen is blue, so that's how I have to tell that that's been hacked or not. The indications are really difficult a little bit, but I'll try my best to figure out what the indications are sometimes. I'll try to look at it next time if there's any information that I might have missed. Alright, finally, let's save actually before we do. New episode, new day, so we're gonna save over whatever the oldest one is.
Game saved.
Game saved. Alright, let's talk to One Last Kiss for once.
One last kiss.
Question mark. Okay. Demonology. Excuse me? That's a button we don't have often in other persons or other options of people. Interesting. We can ask about other stuff. Alright, Montserrat's plan. What was Montserrat's plan? I don't know what the voice I gave One Last Kiss. Shoot. With regards to demons?
There is corruption on this island, investigator.
I remember now. It's like the French lady as well. There's a few ladies who are just like French in this on this game, I would say. So it's gonna be hard for me because I don't know how to speak French, and I don't have a French accent in my arsenal ever. Like, I mean, accents are hard for me because it's like I haven't done accents and keep it consistent enough. Like, I think it's through practice that I would do better, but it's just like I don't often speak in an accent in a way. I think British accents and country accents are very similar in the way they work, but they're very like they can easily muddle for me in my brain because my brain doesn't seem to like know how to stick to one, and then sometimes I transition to both sides by accident. So like if I just speak like country accent and then like in the middle of it just switches over to a British accent, it just gets there without me wanting to. So I do apologize if I muddle the or mess up the accents here and there. I try my best. I'm trying. It's not easy. Millennia, or I might read it like normal anyways because I don't think it's easier for me to do the accent sometimes. So I do apologize if the accent doesn't go through and just stays wherever. Millennia ago, he would never have gone along with Carmelina's plan. He changed. See, there it is. Like the accent's like British. It's like I can tell. It's like I don't want to go there, but I'm trying. It takes a little bit of time to get accustomed into the French accent, which I feel like it's kind of close to my British accent in my head, but I don't know. We'll see. He wanted to control. All rulers do. The syndicate wasn't reviving gods fast enough. We were struggling with the demons, a continual thorn in our sides. Carmelina's plan to block demonic corruption is flawed. The demons would be repelled from the island's structures, but would still possess our cattle. They will scapegoat the citizens. He could come down fiercer on them, a nice move for an aspiring despot. That isn't the Montserrat I remember. Immortality is a good thing. It warps the mind. He followed in the footsteps of Ezekiel. They, would it be they or they? I don't know why they. Like, I think the French accent has the where it's like they. I don't, or maybe it might be another accent in Europe that's like similar in that style where it's they like to talk about these thing. I guess I don't know. I remember it from Phoenix Wright specifically though, where it's just like they spell it particularly. You know what's cool? There are some games like Phoenix Wright as a good example is one of them. Like they have an accent, they really accentuate the wording to it. Like it's like these, and it's like it's trying to make it sound like the accent or as close as the accent it could be. The other good one I think is Ni no Kuni 2. I think Ni no Kuni 2. One of the guys is actually Irish or Irish like accented, and the way they like wrote out his lines really does very well in making me like read it as like an Irish person would like I'm not an Irish person, but like it sounded exactly almost like an Irish accent, and it was really well done. I really like that a lot, that they really went the distance to try the accent into the mixture of how they have to pronounce it. So I think games like that or like writings like that are smart and very interesting, but I don't see it a lot in games, and I wish there were more of it because not everyone is good at accents. Like, I know people make fun of, like, the British accents is, like... what was it? Like, it was, like, a trend, like, a small little trend of, like, memes of, like... British will be, like, so-and-so, and then it would be, like, a certain way of saying something in English, and then it sounds like the British way. Even though it sucks, it's, like, it feels like it's making fun of it, but it kind of does sound like it. It's not trying to be offensive, it's just trying to be, like... This is actually how it sounds like, really. It's interesting, but it's like... but it's not out of, like, trying to make fun of them. It's just saying that that's how you would read it in a good way, I guess, or in a way that's similar in that accent. But I don't know. I mean, everything comes down to just... We're speaking English right now, so... I mean, it's not like it's a different language. It's just a different way of saying the language of English, I guess. Ugh. Anyways... they went too far. The new island is born. You will have to live with it. I love having something to look forward to. I also lost track of what we were talking about with Montserrat. I was just not paying attention when I was reading it. So Montserrat never talked to Carmelina about the plan. So Montserrat wanted control. Wanted to revive the gods, but wasn't fast enough. Struggling with demon. But Carmelina's plan is to block the corruption. Ah. Interesting. Okay, so that's what it was. Okay. Yeah, Carmelina seems to be the opposite of them. She doesn't want any demons to be corrupting the island, and so she wants to block everything anyways, in a sense. Huh. Okay. How has Carmelina demon-proofed the island? Demon-proofed the island. Demons and gods are just alien beings from different worlds. They enter our worlds through psychic pathways that bridge huge distances in the universe. Traveling along a pathway breaks down the demon's form. Their psychic image crosses space and gathers as solid material when they arrive on the island. The marshals hunt those demons down and exterminate them. Soldiers have their uses after all. When demons don't manage to assume a fully corporeal form, they soak into the psychic structures of the island.
The investigator is here.
I don't know why I say island. Island. I'm sorry, I'm just terrible at reading it properly. Island. And the island becomes corrupted.
What mysteries are around us?
The rot sets in and the island must end. Carmelina and Mashihiro's heavy industries developed a new technique that rebuilds these corruption. Their plan is to change the particle in our air, stopping demons from being able to latch on the physicality of the island. The very concrete will repel the demons.
That's strange.
Does that mean the Perfect 25 will be filled with demons floating around in the air? That's the dirty secret. demons will still come to the island. They need somewhere to go. The next best thing to the island structure are the minds of citizens. Perfect 25 it will be a hotbed of demonic possession. Human minds are malleable and porous. Unlike concrete, we have a certain amount of latent psychic ability. The island structure of the island will be safe and permanent, but the citizens are the sacrifice being made to the pursuit of perfection. The marshals will be busy.
Who would benefit from a crime like this?
And so if you get to reform the Paradise Cycle unit.
Got it.
That's not my priority. It will be. Interesting. So she's predicting the fact that Lady Love Dies is gonna start being the Psycho unit leader again, but only because we're going to the next island without any psychic help, I guess, in a sense. How is the God's Deception different to the illegal communication that allows demons on this island? Do you believe a human has the ability to speak across the vast and infinite cosmos as a god? We are amateurs at opening the psychic pathways. These pathways are weak and easy to breach. The gods can speak across the universe without attracting the baying demonic hordes.
Mystery awaits.
The victim's dreams are filled with the visions of the gods. They become the gods' thrall, executing their will for promises of power. The victim doesn't realize it has happened. It is subtle, insidious.
Sorry.
That's how it was for me.
Dreadful.
The syndicate has worked out how to deal with the god deception yet. The actions you take at the behest of a god are criminal, but you are a victim of the gods. I promise that I hope that answered your question.
I'm glad to be back.
It did, thank you. Alright, so that's the demonology so far. We haven't hung out with One Last Kiss before, so let's do it. Got time to chat? I have the time in the world until the island ends.
Ooh, the investigator is here.
I want to ask you about being deceived by a god. You're the expert in that, aren't you, investigator? You were our exorcist. You're the expert in all things astral. I want to know how it happens. The victim catches the attention of a god. The god begins to speak to them in their dreams. Why do you think you got caught? You caught the attention of a god. Paradise Psychic Unit, yeah, I think that's the reason. I was the head of the Paradise Psycho Unit. A perfect target for the machinations of a god looking for power.
Laughable.
Damned Harmony saw an opportunity with you. The key that would unlock the syndicate. He wanted to kill us all and feed off this released psychic energy. The immortal syndicate has a lot of energy to give off. He might have resurrected. Yeah, I would probably say it's my fault, rather. I almost let it happen. Do not swim in the sea of guilt, investigator. Deception is subtle and insidious. You were a victim, criminalized by the narrow minds of others. You showed them their own weakness, and they were frightened.
The truth is all around you, investigator.
All around you, all around you. I can't even do that. That rolling R is like ridiculous. I'm too into the R rolling. If she's doing the around you, around you, that's a really tough way to roll the R's. Stay out of the shadow of your past, investigator. Relationship increased. Alright, we have a lot of dogging points. Okay. KHX, first one always. Nobody knows anything about what happened to KHX. I swear. Nobody has actually answered why. What do you know about KHX's disappearance? Another mystery for the great investigator. I don't know what's happened to him, but he's still in the island somewhere. I already know that because I already saw his body. I still have nothing coming out of his body though. Like no answers coming off of that. Murder of Grace Bloodline's a big one technically because she knows a lot. I'm gonna go through the alibis because I think none of the alibis are known by her. So, did you see the Grand Marshals last night? Speak to the Grand Marshal investigator. See if you believe her. I don't believe her at all. Like, not at all. Did you see Henry while you were floating around the island last night. Did I? Didn't I? I don't want to say.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Why?
Aren't you paying attention, investigator?
That's the key to this whole thing. You need to investigate it yourself. What can you tell me about the sigil scorched into Henry's skin? Demons speak in arcane tongues. During a possession, the demon is screaming in rage. The victim screams in the tongue of the demon, and the noises humans are capable of making are too limited.
There is corruption on this island, investigator.
We cannot pronounce demonic languages. We don't have the vocal range or understanding. Sometimes the demon psychic's force wills the words into existence. This can take a number of forms: telepathy, unearthly sounds, loss of vision, and so on. In Henry's case, the white-hot rage of the demon caused the sigils to be scorched on his body. His body was burned from the inside. His insides are probably destroyed. His physical form is being held together by the demon. Do these sigils affect anyone else? Those he comes into contact with will also have them scorched into them.
Got it.
What kind of contact? A strong embrace. The skins need to be pressed against another's skin for several seconds. Same sigils were found drawn in the blood at the crime scene. Would Henry have done these? But it was drawn in blood, not so much as seared and scorched on the person's body, which is different from how we just saw the conversation, so I don't think that's the case that he has touched them.
Do you understand, investigator?
Drawing is an expression of the human mind. When you draw, you communicate something in your mind outwards. The demon has already found a way to express its emotions outwards by scorching Henry's body. The demon already has a canvas. It doesn't need another one. So why are they those simple at the scene?
Who would benefit from a crime like this?
That's for you to find out. That's for you to find out, investigator. I am only an expert on demons, not crime scenes.
Sure.
Could the demon make Henry draw them?
Those are facts, but are they the truth?
The demon does not control Henry. It causes him to act, and he chooses how to act. Do you see the difference? Like a boss that tells you what to do, not how to do it. Precisely. If Henry were to do that, he'd be doing it under his own volition. I don't know about you, but I can't draw characters from a language I don't understand. Okay, so basically Henry could have drawn that sigil on his own accord. The demon might have told him to do something like that, but he didn't know how to do it. Even though his contact... So he has to like touch skin to skin, and very intimately or very closely, in order to scorch his sigils onto a person's body. So if they never made contact, like touching a lot, then that person would never get the sigil on their body to begin with. So I guess that makes sense that we know that information now, and that would be useful somewhat, but I don't think that we'll be able to tell from that. I don't think she knows about the daybreaks. Did you see Lydia and Sam last night? The logs at the Paradise Gates will confirm several things. Their alibis and their time frame. Consider the time frame, investigator. Their time frame. Why consider the time frame? Okay, I guess that clue is pretty important. Did you see the witness to the end last night?
Who would benefit from a crime like this?
Witness and Carmelina spent the evening together. I wonder if this means anything. I already know about that. They've talked about it too many times now at this point. Did you see the doctor last night?
Those are facts, but are they the truth?
His clinic holds a secret. I already got that secret. Did you see the architect last night?
Aren't you paying attention, investigator?
Have you asked witness? Convenient she was there, isn't it? Convenient. Did you see Crimson last night? You should speak to her, investigator. She doesn't have an alibi anyone can corroborate. Wow, that's weird. I can't even say it in that accent. Kororo braids. Any other alibi message I can say? Let's do the escape, yeah. What do you know about the escape last night?
What mysteries are around us?
Everyone is lying. What about the distance in the time? Have you checked that? Did Henry go through the Syndicate HQ? Well, he'll have been logged if he did. He didn't go to the HQ at all, though. But we need to look at the law. So that's a big clue right there. Yeah, One Last Kiss is giving a lot of good valuable information, I think. Do you know anything about the murder of the martial guards outside of the council building?
Mystery awaits.
The council building is awash with evidence, investigator. Checked everywhere. What secrets does the sea hold? What about reaching for the sky? I know I already reached up to the sky, I would say for sure, but I haven't checked the sea. So she's giving me an interesting point of looking down, like below, and not so much as just above and at that level of where they were murdered. So I guess that might be the case. Demonic possession, please. What do you know about Henry's demonic possession 10 years ago?
Are you happy with your truths?
Was his position when these wheels were set in motion? You should find out. What if someone set him up? What if this was part of the plan? What if someone needed to trigger the end of the island? What if someone accessed the grimoires of the library? Oh. So that means that she's suspecting Yuri Knight to be actually the one who caused all this to begin with. Dude, all of it seems like it's pointing at Yuri Knight. I'm not kidding. Like, a lot of this problem seems to be stemming from Yuri, but also I think a lot of people are lying to me because they want to keep Yuri's secret, I think. Yuri Knight's really the person behind a lot of these, but I think there's some mysteries behind other things as well that is causing it hard to know if it's fully Yuri Knight because there's a lot of red herrings, a lot of it, so it's like really difficult for sure, but let's do suspicions, yeah. Do you think this was all Henry?
Are you happy with your truths?
Aren't you paying attention, investigator? Of course I don't. I've seen people doing things. Loyal servants turned to conspirators. Someone to find out of how to breach council building. I was there. I saw them. A devilish plan.
The investigator is here.
Who? That would be far too easy. Really? Are you kidding me? You could have just saved me some time in looking on... Because I already talked to some people already, so... Who do you think has motive? Very direct, investigator.
I have a bad feeling about this.
It's been a long millennia. I'm a little cranky.
The truth is all around you, investigator.
What if there were no islands to end? Someone wouldn't have to have a job to do. Witness? And who would benefit from a crime like this? Who would suddenly be called upon to attract a danger against danger? Akiko.
What mysteries are around us?
Time to start asking questions, investigator. Okay, so she's putting a lot of the motive onto Akiko and Witness, even though we've already spoken to those two already. But I wonder why One Last Kiss is specifically calling those two out still, even though I feel like they are part of the problem. I think that Akiko and Witness are part of the problem, but I don't think Witness is fully in control. I think Akiko is fully in control of a lot of the crimes. Halfway point. So it's between Akiko doing a halfway point and then Yuri doing the other half of the crimes that we've been seeing, I feel like. So I think both Akiko and Yuri are guilty. But Akiko's lying the most. Yeah, we can ask about the motive, I guess. What do you know about Akiko?
What mysteries are around us?
When you have a hammer, all you see are nails. She's been trying to roll more power into her marshals. Power? Akiko wants non-military roles to be taken to by her troops. I was on her list. She was dealing with demons only as a military problem.
Laughable.
Exorcisms shouldn't be done by soldiers. They're not trained for it. Akiko disagreed. So, why kill the council? Scare the next council into militarization. Militarization. Create a soldier's paradise. Oh, now we got some good...
Do you understand, investigator?
We got some good testimony right there. Do you think that's enough of a motive? And then Witness. Tell me why Witness might want to kill the council.
Dreadful.
Witness is damaged. He whipped himself up into a religious craze. He's starting to think things that shouldn't be thought about.
That's weird.
What things? He's become apocalyptic, fatalistic, convinced the end is upon us. How does a ghost know this? Before I died, he came to see me. He had questions about the demons, and I was the exorcist after all. He'd become fixated on the idea that a sea of demons could crash upon the island and wipe us out. A flood sent by the gods to wash away sins.
Sure.
What did he want us to know from you?
Aren't you paying attention, investigator?
Are there signs to look for? Can we divine from the stars if a flood is coming? Harmless questions from someone who has the responsibility of overseeing the end of the islands. His role is to look for signs of an island that an island is going to end, and to make sure the death and birth happens properly.
The truth is all around you, investigator.
The innocuous questions came first. Then he started asking about initiating a demonic invasion or using demons as weapons. Why ask about that? He dressed it up in pretense about the warning signs of the end of an island. I'm not a fool, though. You don't ask about those questions unless there is a dark intent.
Sure.
What did you tell him? How demons enter the islands? How possession works? All standard topics that everyone in the syndicate is educated on. So why was he asking? I think he was hoping for some nuance or detail that wasn't public knowledge. I didn't give anything away. There are forbidden secrets that the exorcist got.
The facts and the truth are not the same.
Let me ask you a direct question. Do you think Witness was trying to use demons to cleanse the island? That I can't say. He certainly was fixated on it, though. Interesting. That is really good information to ask Witness a little bit, to kind of poke him really hard on that, because he seems to be the kind of guy who believes too much supernatural stuff, or oh Jesus Christ, my wordings are getting bad. Superstitiously. I think he has a superstition stuff like going on. Like he's really just kind of like absorbed in that. Second Holy Seal. What do you think about the Holy Second Seal?
Mystery awaits.
The mysteries of mysteries is what is it? What's the secret? A closely guarded secret. People have found the answer. Who? That's too easy.
Don't test me.
I'm a busy woman. You're but the path is worth treading. I've seen things, people talking, things being discarded. You'll need to search behind contrivances. In your professional opinion, could the demon-possessing Henry keep Henry alive in the depths of space? There haven't been any recorded incidents of it, but the universe is a vast and mysterious place. Excuse me. When a demon possesses a person, they fuse with them. Sometimes purely physically, sometimes only psychically. Jesus. Henry's demons did both. It exerts a significant power over Henry. Enough power to allow his body to withstand a vacuum. Demons are not from our planet. They come from the most terrifying reaches of the cosmos. They are attuned to space in a way we can never be. Some demonic races exist only as psychic shadows. Some navigate the edges of black holes. Some bend cosmic energy into huge cities. The right demon could definitely hold the human body together while outside of our world. What about psychically filling out and manipulating a lock on another planet? The second Holy Seal sounds thrilling, investigator. It varies from race to race, but most demons understand space far better than us. They understand that the cosmos isn't just physical, it exists as a psychic plane as well. Some demonic races can see the psychic shapes of space. They can see the essence of everything and how it is linked on the planets we can't comprehend.
Sure.
What are the chances of the demon possessing Henry being one of that could hold his body together in the vacuum of space and psychically perceive the inner workings of a secret lock? Sheesh. I feel like this dialogue in general, I feel like Lady Lovedeye is asking too much questions over the same sort of idea, and it's like,
Do you understand, investigator?
can we not ask this sort of like simple question on another, like asking a straightforward question and then adding more details to that straightforward question and then adding the same question again with a detail and then adding more detail to it, because she already answered pretty much what it is. Like, I feel like there's just no answer to it for us that will help. What are the chances of the council being murdered and the exiled investigator being brought back? Slim, then. You need to decide what the truth is. So yeah, she's asking us to solve it ourselves. I'm not surprised. Third Holy Seal? Do you know anything about the Third Holy Seal? Who could get through here? There.
Those are facts.
A special
But
lock.
are they the truth?
A special lock requires an unusual key. Okay, so she didn't really have much on that, and I'm pretty sure she won't have much on this either. Do you know anything about the Fourth Holy Seal? I know it requires godliness to get through.
That's weird.
How do you know that? As a spirit, I can go places others can't.
The investigator is here.
How can someone get through it? Find out how to become close to a god. What about Henry?
Those are facts, but are they the truth?
What are gods and demons when they get down to it? Aliens. Beings from the depths of the universe. How could the Syndicate differentiate between a demon and a god? What if that's the flaw in their plan? Could a demon get through a god seal? Could it? Yeah, so that's a question we would have to ask Henry specifically. Alright, this is the one that has a lot of topics, I feel like, because Grace Bloodlines have been investigated by me already, and I got a lot of topping points from other people and stuff that we picked up, so I'm assuming there's probably like 4 points available. No? This is only one? Shush. Okay, yeah, let's get through this quickly. But sheesh. I didn't even think that this episode would be that long from this talk alone. Tell me more about what happened. I received a call from our dear Grand Marshal. She has arrested someone that was possessed and needed an exorcism. I was meeting with architect Carmelina at the time. A meeting about what? The next island. Perfect 25, one of her obsessions has been creating structures which repel demonic corruption. She asked to come with me to view the exorcism.
That's strange.
Is that normal? No, but I understand her interests. We arrived and she has inspected the scene before I started my exorcism. She left to wait outside of the apartment. Henry was secured and Akiko stepped out of the room to speak to Carmelina. I slipped into my meditative trance to perform the exorcism.
Who would benefit from a crime like these?
Planes of the existence whirled around me. I was lost in the maelstrom with no sense of place or direction.
What mysteries are around us?
Then the life was being choked out of me. I had no idea who the attacker was or which direction they came from. I died, murdered. A short while later, I was floating above the island, and I felt an all-consuming rage. I drifted towards the heavens, but my fury allowed me to claw my way back onto the island. I don't know why I keep saying it like that. Now, here I am.
Got it.
These islands, huh? More than you know. Okay, cool. That was all of it. I don't think there's anything new coming out unless we know more. May you always live in the shadow, and may you reach the moon. Alright, cool. That was a lot. But, ow, I snapped my neck when I cracked my neck for it. I snapped it a little bit. Not snapped, but like cracked it, I guess. Thank you guys for watching. Hope to see you guys in the next episode of Video Minds. Hope you guys have a great, amazing day. Weekend night or whenever watching. I think I already got this thumbnail already, but we'll get it again, I guess. Hope to see you guys in the next episode of Nobody Minds, and hope you guys have a great, amazing day. Weekend night or whenever watching this. Next episode, we're gonna go ahead and talk to more folks, actually, because I think that this is, so far, I think this is pretty useful information for sure. That we got information about what we need for the for what we need for the conversations between One Last Kiss. And I think there's a lot of information there that really is useful. So I want to get to the other conversations with these new information. So especially Akiko and Witness. So we'll see what happens. Other than that, that's it for this episode. And I'm hoping that we're getting less conversation as we move forward, but we'll see about that. Anyways, Roz out.